Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm here with Art Journal Bonus Prompt 2526. This is hosted by Lori June at Sarcastically 60-something, and for the summer, I'm working in a composition book. I was inspired by Alina Spicer. She just makes it look like so much fun. And so my first fun project was to make my title page, and I just love working with die-cut letters, and so I took some of my random leftovers and painted them to get a more consistent look to make my header page. So I'm looking forward to a summer of relaxed crafting. And I appreciate Lori June hosting this very fun open collaboration, always interesting prompts, and I enjoy seeing everyone's creations in response. So the first prompt that I did was hug. And so for the hug prompt, I did a little bit of acrylic paint, a little bit of collage, and a little bit of die cutting. And there's so much in the world that we can't control, but I feel like I can mostly control my attitude. Not always successful, but mostly. So choose to greet each day with joy and choose to end each day with calm. I just feel like that's a message that I need to remember, and I hope that you feel like it's a little crafty hug to you as well. I love some of these papers. I just love these colors. And so it just felt like a hug in paper form. I thought that was a great prompt. It's a very abstract concept. And so seeing how people interpret it has been very interesting. Really appreciate the stimulating, crafty conversation that comes with that. So the next prompt was honesty, which is also pretty abstract. I went pretty literal, and here's my small life update. I have gone back to work. And this was honestly not on my bingo card. I trained my replacement for a couple of years. I retired a year ago. I've loved it. But after he made a year, my replacement quit. And so I have gone back as a contractor to help out until they hire a replacement, and then I will do some training and some assistance until they get up to speed. And I'm doing it mostly because I want the nonprofit organization that I worked for many years, I want them to be successful, but I'm not really enjoying it. Somehow all the calluses I had built up over my working life to all the office BS, they are just gone, and everything irritates me. And so, yeah, retirement beats working, all the heck. I don't like the part where nobody pays you, but otherwise it's much better. So the next prompt was confetti, and so I just did some doodly confetti. Smiley faces and stars and hearts. And I guess because Excel is on my mind now because of work, I have some mathematical symbols there. The E for sum, and then, the plus sign, minus sign, and so forth. But that was a fun exercise. And then I went on to Great Lakes. Now, the closest I've come to the Great Lakes in person is going to Chicago for tax conferences. That is on Lake Michigan, but I've mostly gone in the winter. And that does not really inspire you to get to the beach or to get out on the water. So my closest encounters with the Great Lakes is mostly through Lori June's walking videos, which I enjoy. But also the Duluth Aerial Lift Bridge has its own YouTube channel, and I just love it. So there's a roadway that goes across this bridge, and so when a ship comes through the channel, the bridge goes up and down. And they run a live cam 24/7. And I love seeing the improbable temperatures. Like, you'll tune into Duluth and it'll be 40 degrees, which would be 4 in Celsius. And yet here in Houston, our overnight low is already ranging between 75 and 80 degrees at night. That's 24 to 27 Celsius. So tuning into Duluth is like a breath of fresh air. And I love tuning in first thing in the morning to see the sunrise. So I will link to that YouTube channel below, and I thank you for joining me today.